Hello. I see it's time for everyone to come join me in my apartment again. I hope everyone's had a good weekend. Yes, I would also want a good weekend for all of my Stardusts. But no, I was hoping that people had good weekends. Or, if it wasn't a weekend in the traditional sense for you, as in, I had the days off because 9 to 5 Monday through Friday jobs are not the norm. Not anymore. What's wrong, Cuttlefish? Yeah, we did. Okay. Cuttlefish has a soda habit. Which, there's no problem with having a soda habit. Cat girls can have soda habits if they want to have soda habits. On the other hand, Lissath does not have a soda habit. I have a soda, like, once a week. I don't prefer them that much. I do admit it's probably somewhat to do with my upbringing. Just sodas weren't a big deal, especially after religion entered my family upbringing. But, and it's one of those that we were like, hey, why don't we try one of those soda makers? Specifically, we got a SodaStream. And we just got it today, so maybe we just don't know how to use it accurately. But boy, the carbonation level is a lot less than we're used to, and I don't know. Maybe starting off with the lemonade wasn't the best option. Was that you doing stuff at the door? Is that you doing stuff at the door? Yeah. Okay, good. Please don't mind Cuttlefish banging the trash cans around. That's good. We can bring the trash in. Yeah. Oh, I see what you were doing. Okay. Come on. There we go. Now I'm better adjusted. Squirming around in my bed. But yeah, we were trying the SodaStream. And, trial and error maybe will help, but also, I don't know. So if anyone has one and has any advice, hey Gabe, how you doing this evening? Much better cold. Much better cold. Oh no, I'm really sorry to hear that. That sucks. I hope that it gets a little bit better for you, and that your upcoming week goes a lot smoother. Of course. How am I? I'm doing okay. I was just rambling about the fact that we bought a SodaStream for the apartment, and the experiments so far are meh. Mostly meh. But we've only had it for, a few hours, honestly. So, I've been okay. My back's been bugging me, as one may expect. I'm not surprised, because as with anything, I imagine that bothering it with physical therapy isn't going to help. Well, no, okay. It is probably eventually going to help, but it's gonna piss it off a little bit. So I'm not extremely worried about it. Other than that, I am doing pretty okay. Hi, Suki. What's up? Oh, you looked up. Okay. Yeah. So, since I'm on a limited time, because we don't want to miss 13 Sentinels with Woolston. No, not Glowstone. Woolston. I'm gonna get started with Steins Gate. Single press is 2 seconds each? How long were you holding it? Like a second? That's a lot. Okay, so it's at about half carbonation of what it's supposed to be. Yeah, that about follows. There we go. Much better. Wait, where's my game? Steins Gate. There I am. Oh my goodness. Alright, and make you the right size. Stop. There we go. Much better. Oh my goodness. There's my audio levels. Alright, let's get going. Where were we? Oh yeah, we were in the middle of getting exorcised by our friend. But he's a man. Oh god, cicadas. I call Mayuri to stop before she trots off.
Mayuri, お前はあの時ラジカンで男の悲鳴を聞いたよな。
Oh, was it a man?
悲鳴?
Mayuri blinks several times and puts her finger to her temple as if in thought. Then she gives her usual smile.
それっていつのこと?
Will you accept me sipping on my lemonade, Gabe? Otherwise I can grab my water. I love lemonade too. I really do. It's like it's my favorite. It's my favorite beverage drink. I will choose it over most sodas. It's just basic lemonade. It's not anything fancy. I love a good raspberry lemonade though. It's so good. And I've had like pomegranate lemonade once or twice, and that's fantastic. I love lemonades most when they have a nice bite to them, because you don't want it to be too sickly sweet. And I find most restaurant fountain lemonades are just sweet and not lemony enough. So it's really hard to find some place that does good lemonade. This is moderately acceptable lemonade. Strawberry, raspberry, blackberry. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of strawberries. But the other two, hell yeah. I will drink those.
今日の昼だ。
聞いてないかな。
そうか。わかった。だったらいい。
変なおかり。じゃあね、トゥットゥルー。
Cute. Alright, let me real quick. Oh, okay. I see what it's doing. The sync voice setting sets the text reveal to... I will set that to off because I read hella fast. Mayuri leaves, this time for good, though she pauses to wave at least half a dozen times before disappearing beyond the archway.
岡部さん、お待たせしました。
Lukuko returns shortly after Mayuri leaves. In his hands is the white zigzaggy thing I asked for.
借りることができました。よかったです。あれ、まゆりちゃんは帰ったんですか？
まゆりはどうでもいいから、今すぐお祓いを始めるのだ、ルカ子よ。
はい、僕でいいんでしょうか。そもそも何に対するお祓いを。
So cute. Lukuko is flustered. Is he really up to this? I'm beginning to doubt. I should have known better. The instant doubt touches my heart. A terrible chill shoots up my spine.
俺に取り付いた悪霊が。
I grabbed my violently shaking wrist. Oh, you're making this shit up, aren't you?
静まれ、悪霊よ。急げ、ルカ子。このままでは俺は乗っ取られる。
そんな、岡部さん、しっかりしてください。
俺は岡部さんではない。
すいません、京馬さん。でも僕、どうしたら。
お祓いを急げ。この前教えた通りにやればいい。
はい。
With a serious look on his face, Lukuko grasps the Unusa with both hands as if it were a sword. His stance is impressive. I've taught him well. His face is red and he can barely talk. It looks like he wants to say something, but is hesitating. Panicking because he feels awkward? Amateur.
頼む、悪霊を俺の中から追い出してくれ。俺はお前を殺したくない。
Lukaku starts crying. Looks like he's really worried. Reason tells me he's a guy, but his lovely appearance makes me feel guilty, like I made a frail girl cry. But despite the tears welling up in his eyes, it looks like Lukaku's managed to work up his resolve. He raises the unusa up high, shaking it left and right.
Oh, いいぞ。そのまま俺の腕にふさふさを当てろ。
The tip of the unusa touches my upper arm. In an anime, this would be the cue for some dramatic shockwave to occur, but nothing like that happens. Yeah, I think we all have that feeling, Kittlefish. The only sound is the chirping of cicadas. I take a deep breath. The trembling in my arm has stopped.
大丈夫だ。悪霊は去ったようだ。よくやったな、ルカ子。
Lukaku sighs in relief and blushes.
お役に立ててよかったです。
His shy smile really does make him look like a girl. After I get back to the lab, I take the broken TV down to the Braun Tube workshop for repairs. At least we don't have cicadas anymore. Gosh, those were annoying. Daru and Mayuri have already gone home, so I have to carry the TV down the narrow staircase by myself. It's brutal, back-breaking work, but I manage. Oh god, carrying CRTs. Are you guys old enough to remember CRTs and how heavy they were? I push the workshop door open with my hips and head inside. The room is dimly lit by the setting sun, but the gloom is offset by the glare from the gigantic CRT in the center of the room. A 42-inch CRT television. It doesn't seem like something you could get in modern Japan. With LCD TVs becoming the new standard, I seriously doubt anyone would want a bulky, old CRT. I mean, they have their uses.
Oh.
Whoa.
どうした岡部?
That man has muscles. Sitting in front of the huge CRT is an equally huge man reading a sports newspaper. He's the workshop's manager, actually the owner of this whole building, Tenoji Yugo. I call him Mr. Braun. Well, at least we understand why. It's a fitting name for someone who loves brawn tubes. Ah, so the pun probably wouldn't... Oh, what's the term for a word that's a sound-alike but isn't actually the same? Because brawn and brawn? Like, as in muscle brawn? And brawn as in the brawn tubes? I don't know if that would be the same in Japanese. It probably wouldn't be.
どうしたもこうしたもないですよ。あなたからもらったテレビが壊れた。
おめえ、俺のブラウン管を乱暴に扱いやがったな。
I barely managed to set the heavy TV on the counter.
愛が足りねえんだよ、愛が。
A muscle-bound bald guy talking about love. It sends shivers down my spine.
修理をお願いしたい。最優先だ。
相変わらず変な話し方だな、おめえって。
Because he... sorry. I slapped my mic. I did pick up a mic. What are they called? Boom arm? So I should have less mic slapping in the future. I just have to get it set up. Getting vibes with the protagonist is so... I am so glad I'm not the only one who is about to make that joke. Not the same joke, mind you, but a very similar one. Mr. Braun begins investigating the cause of the problem. With nothing better to do, I look around the store. I have a mail. Let's look at that first. Opa is super popular, you know, even more popular than the hero, Kikuru-kun. They're so cute, I want to collect them all. That's how you used to collect... from girls' clubs? That's cute and oddly creepy. Yeah, let's do this one. Indeed, but you must never speak of that to anyone else. It was necessary to seal the abomination lying dormant in this right arm of mine. Oh boy. No. I still have this mail. Oh, look at all that gibberish. Oh, I wonder if that can be translated to something. Ooh, I don't know anything about that. Oh, dang it. With nothing better to do, I look around the store. I don't know if it's just the dust hanging in the air, but something feels stagnant about this place. There are CRT screens everywhere. Man, the Nameless Watcher would have a field day with this place. I think I made that joke already, but again, good grief. The haphazard layout makes them seem like junk, but they're all functional according to Mr. Braun. He's got a full range of both old and new. Some of them are probably older than me. There are even some flat screen and HD CRTs that came out just before LCDs took the market.
今日は遅くまでやっているんですね。普通だったら夜7時には店じまいでしょ。
The crowds in Akiba thin quickly at night. All the major electronics stores close around 8 or 9 o'clock. And then, as if the liveliness of the day was simply a lie, the town goes silent.
今日はこれから客が来るんでな。
客？例の小動物ですか？
おめえな、俺の愛しい娘を小動物呼ばわりするんじゃねえ。
Like, daughter? Or girlfriend? The manager glares at me and takes a photo from his wallet. It is a picture of a young girl shyly making a peace sign at the camera. Probably daughter. One might assume this muscle-bound man to be some kind of pervert, maybe if they are an idiot and an asshole like you. But the girl is actually his daughter. She's about 12 years old now, I think. His love for her is second only to his love for CRTs. Or was it the other way around? I see her in the store every now and again. What was her name again?
ないに手出したらぶっ殺すからな。
That's it. Nae. A rare name that means to braid. She pops up the store now and again, so we've interacted with her before. And by we, I mean Mayuri, since she's the only one Nae gets along with. Nae always hides when she sees me or Daru. I must admit, I'm impressed she can sense my aura of madness at such an early age. Mr. Braun makes a grandiose kissing gesture at his daughter's photo. Once again, shivers down my spine. I mean, you could just say you'd rather he be kissing you. Just admit it.
しかし、娘以外でこの工房に客が来ることがあるんですか?
I've been renting the second floor for about 6 months, but I don't recall ever seeing a customer. I would be surprised if this place were actually making any money.
客っつうかなんつうか。
He puts away the photo and goes back to checking the TV, leaving me with that vague answer. I'm still slightly betting mafia connections.
ああ、これは多分基盤のハンダ浮きだな。直せろぜ。
Money laundering? Yeah.
そうですか。ではよろしく。
待ってろ。見積書作ってやる。
金を取るのか?
当たり前だろ。払わねえつもりだったのか。
このテレビはあなたからもらったものだぞ。
だからなんだよ。アフターサービスまでタダでやってやるとは言ってねえぜ。
おのれ。寿命間近のオンボロを押し付けておいてその言い草とは。
うるせえな。だったら人ってやってもいいんだぞ。家電リサイクル法で回収費ももらうけどな。
横暴だぞ。人類史の未来を変えるやもしれぬ男からたかろうとは。
ああ、それ誰のことだ。
俺のことに決まっているでしょう。
歯磨いて寝ろよガキ。そもそも2階をただ同然で貸してやってるこの俺にそういうこと言うとはいい度胸だな。
修理代は弾もう、ミスター・ブラウン。
In the end, I'm no match for him. Just then, I hear the door open. I look up to see that a girl has entered the store. She's wearing a vintage jacket and tight shorts that highlight her long limbs and athletic figure. I find myself particularly impressed by her well-defined thighs. Is this the daughter? Or is this someone else? Suddenly, time stops. Oh? That's a JoJo's Bizarre Adventures joke or reference. It feels like someone activated the world. Or I think it's like Zawarudo. The girl is still standing there with her arm in the air. Her smile gradually fades into confusion. What kind of reaction was she hoping for? Seriously. Anyway, is she the person Mr. Braun was expecting? Maybe she's someone he knows personally. Another daughter? Or his girlfriend? She finally drops her pose and clears her throat.
さっき電話したアマネです。
And just like that, time starts moving again.
ああ、バイトの面接したいって子な。俺が店長の天王寺だ。
バイトの面接だと？こんな若い女性が？この新規臭くておしゃれ感ゼロで繁盛もしておらず無才おっさんが店長のブラウン管工房にバイト希望だというのか？
You're one to talk, Okabe.
おめえ、来月から2階の家賃1000円増しな。
俺は事実を言ったまでですよ。もっとも部外者が口を出す問題ではないが、しかしブラウン管工房がバイトを募集していたとはな。この暇さではその必要性を全く感じないのだが。
ああ、それは私が電話で無理って頼んだんです。
I'm guessing by the vintage jacket that she is a antiques or old stuff enthusiast. The girl looks a little embarrassed.
最初は断られたんだけどさ、店長さんにどうしてもお願いしますって。
That's honestly surprising.
今時珍しい若者がいたもんだよな。ま、そこの椅子に座んな、お嬢ちゃん。
失礼します。
Looks like they're going to have a formal interview. I was going to leave, but since Mr. Braun hasn't kicked me out, I'll stick around a bit longer. The girl's expression is stiff. I guess she's nervous. Just because of a part-time job interview? In contrast to how she said wouldn't take no for an answer, she doesn't seem so enthusiastic.
で、名前は何だって？
天音鈴葉です。
Okay.
年は？
18。
Same as me.
学生？
She shakes her head.
なんでうちで働きたいんだ？
ブラウン管が好きだから。
採用、明日から来い。
Well, I think I was right, maybe?
それでいいのか？というかこれはコントか？もしかして仕込みか？
ありがとう、店長さん。
Sounds like that was more of a formality than anything. Finally, Amane Suzuha seems to relax. Then she looks at me.
ところでさ、君は誰？
俺のな。聞きたいというのか？いや、やめておけ。それを知ることでお前にも最悪が降りかかるかもしれん。 これまでも多くの人が俺の名を知ったことで機関に狙われた。アメリカのサラ、イタリアのクラウディア、フランスのシモン。これ以上誰かを危険な目に遭わせるわけには。
And yet,
おい、アホな妄想してんじゃねえよ。
thank you. He just doesn't understand my pain.
このバカ男は2階に曲がりしてる岡部倫太郎ってんだ。
岡部ではない。俺は法院。
うるせえ。家賃さらに1000円上乗せするぞ。
岡部倫太郎だ。
The girl stands up, places her hand on my shoulder, and looks at me with a serious expression.
君を狙ってるその期間ってのが何なのかわかんないけど。
What? What? What?
もし困ってんなら私に相談して。岡部倫太郎。
What?
そういうの慣れてるからさ。
What? Was he born? Was she born? What? What?
は？
Stuff like what?
場合によっては手段を選ばず痛めつけてやることも可能だし。
What? What?
ミスター・ブラウン、彼女は採用しない方がいいと思う。
ああ、物騒だな。騒ぎ起こしたらクビにするからな。そもそもその期間なんたらは岡部の創作だから本気にすんな。
創作？
せいぜいそう思ってるがいいさ。
So yes, she was slightly forewarned about the crazy idiot on the second floor. Okay, I get it. Because otherwise that came out of nowhere and I'd just be like, well, does the organization actually exist? And she's putting on a front because, you know. But, you know, that'd be conspiracy theory talking. So, which obviously, Kabi's not going to think about. Because, he's about as dense as clay. Someday the world will kneel before me. Mwahahahaha. And then Amane Suzuha stares straight at me again. Maybe she has a habit of looking people in the eye.
そういうのが流行ってんだ。勉強になったよ。
Trend? I don't think so. As dense as depleted uranium penetration rounds. Oh. Fair.
That's it.
Oh. I have mail again. Oh, Lukako wants to. Are you really okay with yesterday's exorcism? I feel like a more traditional ceremony would have been better. I'm worried something might happen to you because my exorcism isn't strong enough. It bothers me so much I can't sleep at night. P.S. Because of that, I couldn't do more than 3 practice swings with Samadare. Oh, we'll do something. I was at university all morning. As I returned to Akiba, the heat is now becoming unbearable. I grab an iced coffee at the bakery inside Yodobashi to quench my thirst. While I'm at it, I guess I'll check App Channel on my phone. I mostly frequent the occult board, the future technology board, and sometimes the physics board. I search for threads on the mass disappearance phenomena or Makise Kurisa's stabbing, but turn up nothing. So were those hallucinations, after all? When I peek at the occult board, I find posts in multiple threads from someone claiming to be John Titor. Wait, John Titor is back? John Titor appeared on an American BBS 10 years ago, claiming to be a time traveler. He claimed to have traveled from the year 2036 in order to obtain an old computer, the IBM 5100. His claim started quite a storm among the BBS denizens. IBM. That's a riff off of, shit. Do they still exist? Oh, I don't remember. Titor also made several accurate, if fragmentary, predictions of future events. The start of the Iraq War, the spread of Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. How goes the gaming? It goes. Hi, King. It's good to see you tonight. Currently dealing with the main character is Steins Gate, and, wanting to hit him over the head with, a truck. I'm only went back to mainframe supercomputer systems and enterprise stuff instead of PCs. Oh, okay. That's why you don't hear of them anymore. Creutzfeldt-Jakob. Bovine spongiform encephalopathy. Mad cow disease. Oh. Only used in the case of human infection. Memory loss, abnormal movements, personality changes, dementia, muscle stiffness, and severe cases. Oh. Interesting. I actually never knew the official name for that. So that's cool. So how's your weekend been going, King? To prove he was from the future, he explained the principles behind his time machine and provided pictures of its operation manual. But after about 4 months, he disappeared without ever revealing his identity. At one point, his predictions gained popularity even in Japan. Hi, Arcana again. Thank you for stopping in. It's so sweet of you to do that. Thank you for doing that. Working on computer stuff. Oh, hey! Computer stuff is always fun. I mean, provided it's actually fun and you're not troubleshooting it because it broke. He certainly did get some things right. On the other hand, he missed several others. Some of his posts contradicted each other, too. That's why, to this day, most people doubt his authenticity as a time traveler. We'll do our best. Thank you. It's more the latter. It crashed earlier and wouldn't turn on, so I had to figure that out. Oh no! Did you? So after 10 years of silence, the same John Titor is now on a Japanese BBS? Oh good. That's really good. I hope it keeps working. Ridiculous. It's obviously a troll. We all know what troll is, but let's get that out of my new list. First of all, John Titor is American, yet now he's posting on @channel in Japanese. Let's take a look at his posts. Time travel. $2034. 100 million yen saved. CERN has a monopoly on time machines, not even the most powerful nations. The world has become a dystopia. No war, no conflict, false peace. Founded on. Yeah, I guess that is the definition of a dystopia. Get a trick code? And you have self-cess. Oh god. Clearly that Anon never played Shadowrun. Oh, which one? Oh, the one about research institutions taking over the world? He has to be working for CERN. Oh. This is clickable, but I can't. It changes when I hover it. Looks like they've already made an archive of these. Stole it, yeah. There have been sites dedicated to John Titor for years now. This post closely resembles what the original Titor wrote 10 years ago. I've read one of the books on it, that's how I know. This new one is clearly an imposter. There are many Titor fanatics on @channel. He's not exactly a household name in Japan, but I doubt anyone would fall for this level of trolling. As I continue to read, however, I find the response the opposite of what I expected. Everyone is accepting this time traveler as if this were his first appearance. Oh no. No one has even mentioned his appearance 10 years ago. Finding this strange, I try posting a retort, but everyone ignores me. What the hell? You can figure this out if you do a little research, people. There's the original John Titor thread archive in English and plenty of Titor blogs in Japanese. Search it. Search it. I bet they're gone. I bet they're gone. I entered John Titor's name into a search engine. 12 matches. Only 12? All 12 are about the current titles posting on @channel. I can't find a single trace of the title from 10 years ago. Bizarre. This just can't be. I searched for information on Titor a few years ago. Back then I got tens of thousands of hits. Is this search engine filtered? I try searching on another site just to make sure, but it gives the same result. What is this madness? It feels like I've stumbled onto another plane of reality. Could this be another another organization conspiracy? These past 2 days I've been surrounded by nothing but chaos and confusion. I'll call Daru. He'll know about Titor for sure. I've talked to him about it before. I only vaguely remember the details of that conversation, but I'm positive the conversation happened. Evidence seems to be building that there is in fact a conspiracy that will be nothing like what he expects. Exactly, there is something going on. Like, he's clearly dealing, he's clearly dealing with, an altered timeline. He's not in his original timeline. Because, I mean, if nothing else, the whole situation, with the Radicon building and the crashed satellite alone, instead of it just landing on the rooftop, and now with this, with the person showing up at a different time, that's so weird. By the time I dig my phone out of my bag, I no longer feel like making the call. Instead, I send him an email with his on the way back to the lab. He replies with his location. By May Queen, he means May Queen plus Nyan squared. A maid cafe. I think we all know what a maid cafe is as well. They're restaurants, not bordellos. European Society for Nuclear Research. Interesting. Daru's a regular there. Apparently, 3D cat maids are his thing too. May Queen plus Nyan squared is only a 3-minute walk from the lab. Coming from Karamebashi Dori, take a left at Sumakue-saka Crossing and you'll find it. That's where I'm headed now. It's usually busy in Akiba during summer break, but now it's even busier because of the Radicon incident. The area was blocked off yesterday, but it doesn't look like they could keep the main road closed for 2 days straight. I haven't seen a single police officer today. But the Radicon building still seems off limits. The entrance shutters are closed shut and sealed with yellow police tape.
謎の人工衛星墜落から一夜明けた秋葉原です。警察による規制は解除され、駅前にはものすごい数の人が集まっています。墜落した人工衛星がどこの国のものなのかについては現在も調査中とのことで、詳しいことがわかるまで撤去ができない状態です。
Kind of dangerous that they don't have at least that chunk in front of the building blocked off. Like a potential fall path blocked off because it... Sorry, I punched my mic again. You know what I'm saying, right? Like, if that destabilizes, that can crush and kill a lot of people.
警察の発表によりますと、爆発などの危険は今のところないということですが、秋葉原を訪れた買い物客や地元商店街の関係者からは不安の声が上がっています。
The media has dozens of cameras set up outside the police line, and there are nearly twice as many onlookers as reporters, enough to fill the entire street with people. Everyone's aiming their phone cameras at the satellite-like object. So many people. Living in Akiba, you get used to crowds and big events, but a gathering of this size is unusual. I wonder when they'll get rid of that thing. I hope it doesn't explode or something. They've been letting people back into the area, so I guess there's no danger. Please. No danger, my ass. Still, considering its unknown origin, I'm surprised there isn't more security. Today, like always, otaku are shopping for doujinshi. Import games, electronics, or whatever strikes their fancy. How do they define doujinshi? Fan-created amateur manga, which are often but not always adult in nature. Sold at special doujinshi events, the biggest of which is the Twice Animal Comic Kika Market, known by fans as Komima. Aside from a seat at Radicon, it's the same as any other day. But I still don't understand what I saw yesterday. I've half accepted that the mass disappearance was just my imagination. Maybe I've become unable to distinguish reality from fantasy like the media likes to say about teenagers these days. With that thought in mind, I return my gaze to the street. And there, in front of me, stands a woman holding her phone in front of her face. She took a picture. Her phone was clearly pointed at me. I tried to cover my face, but not quickly enough. I turn around just to make sure she wasn't pointing it at someone behind me, but that doesn't seem to be the case. She's still staring at her phone. Without even glancing at me, she turns around and points her phone at some other pedestrian. Maybe she's just taking photos of everyone in the scene, and not just me. Still, I need to have a word with her. Our organization is after me, so I can't risk that photo getting out.
Wait!
She doesn't turn around. Is she so engrossed in her photography that she doesn't even notice me? Or did she not catch my magnificent native level English?
ちょっとそこで携帯カメラを使っているあなた待ってください
She turns back, finally noticing me. And of course, her phone turns with her.
よせ通るんじゃないまさか機関の差し金か
She completely ignores my objection. I kind of love how the title for her has gone from question marks to lady to voyeur lady. And then she goes back to looking at her phone.
質問に答えてもらいたいんですかねあなたは機関の人間か
If she is, then I may have to take suitable measures. Possible organization spy?
違うのか
Probably not organization spy.
違うとしても問題がありますよ。俺の写真を持っていると機関に知られれば、あなたにも奴らの魔の手が伸びるかもしれない。とにかく今撮った俺の写真を即刻削除してほしい。
Lady ignoring me. Is she even listening?
謝る。
Wow, she finally speaks. Just a whisper, but it's something.
不快にさせたな。
Lady who apologized out of nowhere. She lowers her head slightly in a bow. Or at least, I think it's a bow. She's been looking down all this time, so I can't really tell.
謝るより先に写真を削除してほしいわけだが。
風景撮ってた。
Back to Lady ignoring me. Her fingers dance across her phone's keys with impressive speed, exactly the opposite of her annoyingly slow speech pattern.
風景を撮っていた？観光客？
Or is she one of the people who came to see the satellite? In that case, why did she take a picture of me? She shakes her head without looking at me.
証明。自分が今日どこを歩いたか。
Lady ignoring me and apparently sightseeing in Akihabara.
変なやつだな。
桐生萌か。
Strange lady apparently sightseeing in Akihabara.
名前。
I guess she's introducing herself. That's nice, but I just want her to delete that photo.
聞きたいことがある。いい？
それより写真を。
都市伝説。秋葉原の。知らない？
An urban legend? What is she talking about? Don't tell me. There's a brilliant but insane mad scientist said to be lurking in Akihabara? And now that brilliant but insane mad scientist is the target of every assassin in the underworld?
俺はこの町に長く居すぎたのかもしれん。だがそろそろ潮時か。
Akihabara, you weren't such a bad town. I'm glad that...
幻のレトロ PC。
レトロ PC？
She replies with a nod, or something like a nod.
秋葉原のどこかにあるらしくて、それが。
What?
そうか。
You're so disappointed that it's not about you. Nothing about a mad scientist. I'm relieved, but also disappointed. At any rate, this is the first I've heard about a Phantom Retro PC.
幻のレトロ PC というとキュッパチあたりか？
A 98? Ah, 1980s to mid-1990s. Sold so well that at one point it was called the National Computer. Interesting. That's the first model that comes to mind. But are 98s really that hard to find? She shakes her head slightly, or something like shake.
いいえ、これ。
She turns her phone towards me. The screen shows an oddly shaped computer. It's hard to tell since the picture's monochrome, but it looks like some kind of PC. It looks kind of familiar. Huh.
IBN 5100。
Yep. Knew it. An IBM 5100.
ジョン・タイターが手に入れようとした PC か。
Her fingers twitch, I think.
見たことは？
ない。名前を知ってるぐらいだ。
Coincidence? No.
これもシュタインズゲートの選択かもしれん。
詳しい人知らない？
I mean, you could suggest you go to CRT place, maybe. They might have. Because it looked like it was connected to a big old. Oh, hello, Suki. I didn't know you were down there.
ダルンならば詳しく知っているかもな。
Or Dario, yeah.
そいつは俺のマイフェイバリットライトアームであるスーパーハッカーでな。MI6 の中枢にすらハッキングできる実
Yeah, that's what I thought.
力の持ち主なのだ。
The MI6 is a slight exaggeration. If that ever did happen, Men in Black would break down our door and take us away. But the super hacker part is true. The depth of his computer knowledge is uncanny. Speaking of Daru, I am supposed to meet him at May Queen. I'm just gonna call it May Queen. I don't think I need to call it May Queen Yan Yan. I don't have the time to stand and chat with some crazy lady I don't know.
では俺は行く。女よ。メディアスクラムもほどほどにな。
During news stories with high public interest, reporters sometimes latch on to persons of interest, bombarding them with questions, prying their lives, and even camping outside their houses. Actions are a serious invasion of privacy and conflict mental and emotional stress on the subject. I don't think I'd ever heard that term before, but I know the concept. I try to make a smooth exit, one lighter and everything, but she grabs my sleeve before I can disappear into the crowd.
何をする？
メルアド、教えて。
何が狙いだ？
スーパーハッカーの。
I guess she wants to hear Daru's story. It's my fault for mentioning him. Well, I'm meeting up with Daru, so why don't I just take her along? No, wait a second. This could be a devious trap. Maybe she's really a spy sent to kidnap Daru. I'm defenseless without him. My only other ally is Mayuri, whose skills amount to costume design.
断る。今ダルを失うわけにはいかん。
I slip past her and start walking faster. I glance back. She's following me. I pick up the pace. But she's still chasing me.
俺の後ろを歩くな。
Unperturbed, she shows me her phone again. On the screen is the picture of me that she took.
ゲー、まだ削除していなかったのか？
教えてくれたら削除する。
この俺を脅すとは。貴様、何者だ？
I attempt to glare her into submission. But her eyes are already lowered. My glare is ineffective. Rintaro used glare. It was not super effective.
私は
She hesitates for a second.
アークリライトの バイト
なんだそれは。
エンプロ秋葉原にある。
One of those companies that writes articles for magazines. Is this gloomy lady really fit for that kind of work?
貴様、俺の写真を無断で記事にするつもりだな。
The mad scientist of Akiba unveiled! I can see the headlines now. That's all the organization will need to turn Akiba into a sea of blood. No, I must avoid that gruesome outcome at all costs. I have no choice.
交換条件に乗ろう。
At any rate, as long as she has that photo, I have no way of knowing how it might be used. I pull out my email address and show it to her. Looking back and forth from my phone to hers, she enters my info with terrifying speed.
そうか。この女、能力者か。
Okay, I know one definition for Esper. What the hell does the game mean? Ah, supernatural powers. That definition of Esper. I dub her power Shining Finger. The magical thumb types cursed emails at 255 characters per minute. Whoever receives one dies. She's done typing my address. It took all of 5 seconds.
名前は
法院京馬。マッドサイエンティストだ。
どう書くの？
フェニックスの法王に陰、そして凶悪なる真実。
Wow. 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 That is the edgelordiest of edgelord names.
は？
フェニックスの法王に陰、そして凶悪なる真実だ。
I repeat my perfect explanation. This is the origin of my true name. Explaining the in part of Halloween would take too long, so I left it out. She enters my name with her head tilted to the side.
こう？
なんだこれは、ふざけるな。俺のマナをバカにするつもりか。
Oh my gosh. Oh no. Oh yeah, the way Japanese language works with kanji. I wonder what characters she used. She lowers her head a little more, an apologetic bow, I guess.
ならば携帯を貸せ。俺が入力してやる。
She shakes her head, clutching her phone with both hands as if to protect it from me. Like a spoiled child who can't get let go of a toy, she shields it from me with all her might. What does she think I'm going to do? Her reaction is a little depressing. Anyway, she's obviously not going to hand her phone over, so I ask for her address instead. I'll send her a blank mail. She told me her name a few minutes ago, but I forgot it already, so I enter her as Shining Finger. What am I doing standing here in the middle of the street? Let's hurry up and send her a blank email. Oh. You're waiting on me to do things. and send. She's staring at her phone. I don't think I've ever met someone who made less eye contact. After a few seconds, her phone receives the email.
Okabe Rintaro?
なぜその名を？
今のカラメールに
My email is still linked to my real name. That's hilarious. I must change it at once.
それは世を忍ぶ仮の名だ。もう一度法王院の方の名前で送るから。
いいわ。これで。
何を言う？俺は岡部倫太郎ではなく法王院今日まであって。
She's really not buying it.
画像は消したか？
She nods slightly, I think. It's really hard to tell. Her body language is as subdued as her voice.
消したのなら証拠を見せろ。
She silently shows me her screen. The only picture remaining is the one of that computer. That's a relief.
メールするから聞いといてね。
Ah, okay.
何をだ？
Do you have no thoughts in your head beside yourself?
都市伝説
Oh, that. I almost forgot. With that, Shining Finger wanders off. Throughout the encounter, she kept the same cool expression. Actually, I don't think we ever once made eye contact. Does he... Does he have thoughts in his head at all? I don't think so. I open the door to the May Queen Yan Yan Maid Cafe, and two familiar cat-eared girls greet me with smiles.
Ah! Okarin da!
Wait, Mayuri? One of them is Mayuri. But here she's called Mayushi and Yan Yan. Since she works here, I stop by about twice a month. I guess that would make me a regular customer. Actually, I've never met to any other maid cafe.
Okarin, okaeri nasaimasu.
After bowing again, Mayuri gasps as if she thought of something.
ねえねえ、オカリン、マユシーは今気づいたんだけどね。オカリンとおかえりって似てるね。
Oka. Yeah, they both have the starting syllable. Whatever.
今日もよく来たにゃん。ゆっくりしていってね。
Oh, she's got the accent full on. Holy crap. The other maid who came to greet me, Ferris Nyan Yan, her professional name, of course, hits me with her trademark combo attack of cute cat-like gestures. She's May Queen Yan Yan's most popular maid. Even though she and Mayuri are about the same age, she looks and acts a bit younger.
ダルニャンも来てるにゃん。待ちぼうけしてるにゃん。
He's been waiting, yeah. Daru frequents this cafe because he's got a crush on Ferris. He often reads her public blog while muttering, "Ferris, you're so cute," to himself. So, that is kawaii. He's got it real bad. I keep telling him to choose either 2D or 3D, but he doesn't listen. I mean, why? 2D girls are always available, 3D girls aren't. I also have trouble dealing with this cat girl. She always finds a way to best me.
今日も期間打倒のための極秘会議かにゃ。
ああ、そんなところだ。
I like this girl.
フェイリスも混ぜてほしいにゃ。
やめておけ。猫耳メイドが太刀打ちできるほど。
But
期間は甘くない。
Mayuri is part of it.
そんなことないにゃ。フェイリスにはあの非奥義があるのにゃ。きっとお役に立てるにゃ。
Perfect.
何？あの非奥義、ついに得得したのか？
そうにゃ。ギアナ高地での修行に耐え抜き、師匠の死も乗り越えて、フェイリスはつい
They're
に
speaking the same language. Help. What mentor? Ferris knows my true name. I've also told her all about the organization. And now she's more into it than I am. She's always the one to bring up the subject whenever we meet. By the way, this is the first time I've heard of this secret technique, or whatever it is.
だから今日約束通りフェイリスも精霊会議に参加させてほしいにゃ。
She's not letting it go. It'll take 30 minutes if I play along with her.
お前、サンクチュアリに行くというのか？ダメだ。いくら非奥義を得得したとはいえ、あの場所はお前にはまだ早すぎる。
そんな約束したにゃ。にゃのに今日は裏切るっていうのかにゃ。それにあの場所にはフェイリスのお兄ちゃんが。
Since when do you have a brother? What the hell's this spirit conference anyway? I love this girl. I love this girl so much. Paris looks at me with actual tears in her eyes. I falter, even though I know it's just one of her cutesy acts. Whenever I talk with her, I run out of comebacks, which is really unusual for me. And then she takes the initiative, leaving me with nothing to do but listen to her fantasies. Oh, so you know how everyone else feels when they're talking to you. Good. Good, good. I mean, come on, you can only take it so far. There's a very clear difference between her stories and mine. As anyone can see, I speak nothing but the truth, while Ferris only has delusions on a made-up backstory. I always have to play along. That's why I feel like I can never best her.
なんかわからないけど。
I love Mayuri.
私もサンクチュアリっていうところに行きたいな。
Great. Now look who's joined in. It's just going to get worse from here. I have to end this conversation now.
来なくていい。この話はもう終わりだ。
今日まだけずるいにゃ。そうだよ。マユシーもフェリスちゃんもダメなんてね。オカリンは冷たいと思うのです。
Oh, this is fun.
フェリスとは誰だ？
フェリスちゃんはフェリスちゃんだよ。ね
Mayuri and Ferris look at each other and smile. Is she talking about this Ferris? Is that her real name? Have I been mistaken all this time? That's a disturbing thought.
あのね、マユシーは言いにくいから、フェリスちゃんって短くしてるんだ。
Ah, fairies versus fairies? I mean, They sound the same to me, but they're probably different in Japanese.
なんだそういうことか。
なんだか女学院みたいで、それも悪くないにゃ。
Okay then, moving on.
いいからさっさと案内してくれ。俺はいつまでここに立っていればいいんだ。
ごめんなさいにゃ。ご主人様、ご案内にゃ。まゆし、ご案内よろしくにゃんにゃ。任せてにゃんにゃ。
If you hadn't noticed, the cat-eared maids here at May Queen Nyan Nyan are required to add cat sounds, yans and yans, to their words with some frequency. Mayuri takes my hand and leads me inside. Apparently, Mayushi Manyan is the only one who leads customers by the hand like this. It probably comes naturally to her. She doesn't even realize the effect it has on her customers, and that's why she's second to Fatties in popularity at this maid cafe. She guides me to Daru's table. The tables are about 60% full. Among Akiba's maid cafes, May Queen Nyan Nyan is solid, but not booming. Considering what Ferris and the others are wearing, it's more like a cosplay cafe than a maid cafe. Furthermore, the cat ears and Nyan Nyanyan dialect makes it less accessible to low-level otaku and first-timers. On the other hand, those same cat ears are a topic of heated debate amongst die-hard maid cafe fans. Maids don't have cat ears. Cat ears plus maid equals 2x moe. These two viewpoints clash. This place is one of the older maid cafes in Akihabara, but doesn't get much media exposure. Maybe that's what makes it more comfortable than most. At least, that's what Daru says. He talks about this stuff so much that it's been burned into my synapses. We have a mail. Who's it from? Oh god, so much mail. So much mail. Yeah, I'm coming. I asked Mayuri-chan about what it is you're fighting against, but she just laughed and didn't answer. What should I do? I want to help Kyono-san. I see. No. Cancel that. I'm so used to escape being like a back or a way to get out. It's backspace. Yeah, I got held up. Daru sits in front of me but doesn't look my way. He looks upset for some reason.
それで今フェイリスタンと何を話していたか詳しく
聞きたいのか？どうせダルには理解できない話だと思うが。
Hell, even I didn't get most of it.
ああ、そっち系の話か。フェイリスタンとオカリンの会話は普通のオタじゃついていけない領域に達してるよな。オーラみたいなものが出てるっつうの？二人だけの固有結界張りやがって許さない、絶対にだ。
I see.
フ フェリスちゃんもオカリンのこと気に入ってるみたいだにゃ。お店の子、お店に来るご主人様たちみんな含めてフェリスちゃんのお話についていけるのはね、オカリンだけだもんにゃ。
I'm not even close to keeping up with her.
そんなオカリンに嫉妬。なんという勝ち組。
嘘で塗り固めた女になど興味はない。
今日のお前が言うなすれはここですか。
黙れ浮気野郎めが。二次元の嫁が泣いているぞ。
ぐはー、痛いところ疲れたっす。
Daru theatrically grabs his chest and falls onto the table. I sip from one of the glasses of water that Mayuri brought to our table.
で、ご主人様、ご注文はお決まりですかにゃ？
オムライス、それとホットコーヒー、ブラックで。
かしこまりましにゃんにゃん。
After taking my order, Mayuri finds her way towards the counter as if swimming between the rows of tables. I hope she doesn't trip.
で、僕になんか用事だった？
Daru asks without getting up from the table. That's right. In my confrontations with Shining Finger and Catgirl, I almost forgot my original objective.
あと1時間ぐらいしたらラボに行くつもりだったんだけど。
内密で緊急の話があるのだ。
I lean on the table and scan the area without moving my head.
ジョン・タイターは知っているよな。
ジョン・タイター？誰？
アメリカに10年ほど前に現れた自称未来人だ。お前とは以前こいつの話題をしたはずだぞ。
またオカリンのいつもの設定？
設定とか言うな。俺が話すことは全て真実だ。
ああ、めんどくせえ。じゃあ付き合ってやるけどさ、そのタイターってやつが未来人だっていうソースは？
待て、なんでそんな初耳のような言い方をする？
事実初耳だから。
忘れたわけではなく？
自信はないけど。
日本でもそいつに関する本が出ている。
その本を見せてくれたら思い出せるかも。
本当に何も知らないのか？
人の記憶力なんて結構曖昧なもんしょ。デジタルと違ってさ。
This is wrong. I remember talking to Daru about John Titor back in high school. It was only idle talk, so it's possible that Daru forgot about it. Daru is quite the internet addict, but the internet lets you choose what information you want to see. There's no guarantee Daru looked up info on John Titor. If he had, I doubt he would have forgotten so completely. Is it my memories that are mistaken, or everyone else's?
だったら IBN5100 については？
へえ、オカリンがそんな PC を知ってるなんてね。やるじゃん。
知っているんだな。
IBN が1975年に発売したモデルっしょ。
1975. Oh. That's what John Titor said on At Channel. He traveled to 1975 first, obtained an IBM 5100, then leaped to 1998.
どんな PC なんだ？
値段高すぎの PC だな。黎明期だったからすげえ高くて、個人には手が出せなかったらしい。IBN の独自技術が詰まった、その当時にしては結構優秀な PC だったんだけどね。 IBN は6年後の1981年に IBNPC っていう大ヒットシリーズを発売してて、そっちの方が有名なわけ。つうか僕も IBN5100 の知識はネットのウィキを見たことがあるぐらいだぞ。
I think we all know what a wiki is, but let's... Yep, pretty much.
それが現在の秋葉にあるという都市伝説を聞いたことは？
おうおう、あるある。1ヶ月前ぐらいにネットで話題になったな。で、その噂を聞きつけたアットちゃんの有志が秋葉中のショップを探して回ったんだよ。フレパラのフレンドにゲジネって人がいるんだけど、その人が中心になってね。
Okay, what's Frepara? It sounds familiar. Oh, okay, so it's a... Okay. It's one of those. I don't know what that's based on. I'm sure it's based on something that's in Japan. But I don't know their services, and I definitely don't know their services as of a decade ago. If it were today, it'd be probably something based off of Line.
あの疾風陣雷のナイトハルトまで出張ってきたらしいけど、結局見つからなかったんだって。
じゃあ都市伝説はデマだったということか？
さあ知らねえ。秋葉にはアンダーグラウンドなショップがたくさんあるし、案外どっかの怪しいショップにひょっこり転がっててもおかしくないんじゃね？
Fair.
ふむ、なるほど。
My phone suddenly starts vibrating. Kabe-san, I mailed you as soon as I could. My name is Kiryu Maeko. I'm a 20-year-old freelance editor. I believe I mentioned I work part-time at Arc Rewrite. Sorry for taking your picture. It wasn't on purpose. I needed some shots of Akihabara for work, and you just happened to be in one. Actually, to tell you the truth, I was hoping to sneak some shots of the satellite. By the way, the picture I took was just a test, not the final shot. That's why I was using my phone. Even if you hadn't begged me to leave it, I wouldn't have posted it, so don't worry. Anyway, I should get to the point. I'm really sorry for asking like this, but it would be super great if you could ask your friend about the IBM 100. I don't really know anything about computers, especially old ones. All I have to go on is that picture I showed you. I'll attach the image. Be absolutely positively sure to reply. I'll be rating. I'd be super happy if you give me your hacker friend's email address. I'll mail you again. It's okay to mail you again, right? Of course it is. Bye. That is the grainiest picture. Oh, come on. What's with this mail? Disregarding the weird timing. Is this really the gloomy, unsociable woman I met in front of Radicon? She's like a completely different person in this email. Does she have split personalities or something? Well, I got some info about the IBM 5100, so I guess I should give her a reply. But if I send an immediate reply to a woman I just met, won't I come off as clingy and desperate? Hoin Kyoma will not be taken lightly. This is my chance to make her understand which one of us is the superior human being. Just fucking reply to her like a normal goddamn human being. And above all, I have yet to ascertain if she can be trusted. She might start harassing me if I reply the wrong way. And besides, she hasn't proven that she's not working for the organization. Nonetheless, it couldn't hurt to tell her what I learned from Daru. To discourage her, of course. Mwahahaha.
待たせたな、ダル。それで一つだけ確認したいんだが。
I scan the area with my eyes once more, then I lean in close.
IBN5100 は世界滅亡の引き金になるアイテムなんだな。
なんでだよ。引き金にはならないし、世界滅亡もしないっつの。
Why?
にゃに世界滅亡しちゃうのかにゃ。
Ferris brings my omelet rice. She's doing her cat-like gestures while keeping her tray balanced on one hand. True feline agility. Despite her nan-yan-yan nonsense, Ferris is the consummate professional.
ご主人様、お待たせしましたにゃんにゃ。オムライスにゃん。
Omelette-san-yang. The cat girl puts the omelet rice on the table and then takes a bottle of ketchup from her apron pocket. She uses it to write, "The world is doomed," in red letters upon the omelet's blank yellow canvas. How cheerful!
世界滅亡前にどうぞ召し上がれ。
うお、世界がやばい、きたー。フェイリスタンの丸文字の可愛さに僕もやばい。
Omelette. In quotes. I would take anyone other than Okabe. It appears the cuteness has shattered Daru's sanity. I give him a look that says calm down, but to no avail. I smooth out the ketchup with the bottom of my spoon, erasing the ketchup words.
ああ、もったいない。
I'm going to eat it either way.
ダルニャンダルニャン、フェイリス杯の件考えてくれたかにゃ。
ああ、もちろん。僕も参加します。
フェイリス杯？なんだそれは。
Oh god, you're eating with your mouth open. You're talking with your mouth full. Bleh. I take a mouthful of omelet rice.
次の日曜日にこの店でライネットの大会をやるのにゃ。
Ah. Ferris starts dancing in place. I'd prefer she not jump around like that when people are eating nearby.
フェイリスはその幹事であり実行委員長、つまり言い出しっぺなのにゃ。よかったら今日も参加するにゃ。参加費はドリンク込みで1000円。フェイリスに勝てた人には商品として手作り料理を振る舞うにゃ。
無理無理。オカリンはライネットには詳しくないんだ。
にゃー、面白いのに。
いいんだ、俺は。
I stop shoveling the omelet rice into my mouth, and then I deliver a melancholy sound.
ライネット、アクセスバトラーズか。その名を聞くたび、チャンピオンだったあいつのことを思い出す。あれからもう2年になるのか。いや、なんでもない。今のは忘れてくれ。
にゃにゃ、すっごーく思わせぶりな態度だったのにゃ。あいつって誰にゃ。
多分存在しないんじゃね。ライネットって公式大会が始まったのは1年前ぐらいだし。
今日もあの人のことまだ忘れられないのかにゃ。
は
確かにあの頃、あの人フェイリスのお兄ちゃんと京馬はとっても仲が良くて、 フェイリスも嫉妬しちゃうぐらいだったにゃ。
She took my story and ran with it again. I never even said anything about him being her brother. I don't even know if Ferris has siblings. I shouldn't have talked about stuff like this in front of Ferris.
でもいい加減思い出にばかりすがるのはやめるにゃ。
Her shout resounds throughout the store. Her finger snaps at me.
フェイリスは辛くても辛いからこそお兄ちゃんの意志を継いでライネッターになったんだにゃ。覚えてるかにゃ。お兄ちゃんがいつも言ってた言葉。いつかライネットで世界に平和をもたらそうって。
フェイリス、コーヒー持ってきて。
にゃにゃ。
Sorry, I present my empty plate to Ferris. I always eat quickly. It's a habit I picked up naturally during my years on the run from the organization. Screw the slow food trend. I mean, slow food is good food. Actually,
かしこまりましたにゃ。少々お待ちください。
Ferris takes the dish and heads back to the counter. If I'd let things go as they were, I would have had to play along for another 10 minutes in her fantasy world.
フェイリスタンは知る人ぞ知る実力派ライネッターなんだぜ。
Daru explains with a wry smile.
非公式の野良試合では400戦無敗なのさ。
Wow.
ヒクソンかよ。
Daru ignores my perfect retort.
フェイリスタンが公式大会に出ないのが残念だよ。出れば優勝間違いなしなのに。
なんで出ないんだ？
この店のご主人様たちを第一に考えてるってことっしょ。店に迷惑をかけてまで大会には出ないってスタンス？メイドの鏡だろマジで。それにマユシと同い年だから学校も行かなきゃいけないだろうし。
店に迷惑かけないと言っておきながら、フェイリス杯なるものを店で開くのか？
細けえことはいいんだよ。とりあえずフェイリスタンは可愛い。可愛いは正義。猫耳ロリメイドはけしからん。性的な意味で。それでいいだろう。
Yeah, right? It's a really good idea. Rhinot's really popular right now, so you do a thing that'll draw customers. And you have cute, adorable, you know, with something like that, with the most popular cat girl's home cooking on the line. Hell yeah, anyone who thinks that she's super cute is gonna try. And they'll be sure, you know, and if she's as good as she says, then she's gonna get her ass, you know, they're all gonna get their asses handed them, so it's, you know, making money. She's smart.
お前は結局、二次元派なのか三次元派なのか、どちらなのだ？
The guy can have exceptions.
あえて言おう。倍であると。
I mean, that's not what I expected, but I'll take it.
いろいろとフリーダムだな、ダルは。
よく言われます。さあせん。
Sorry. Daru doesn't usually show enthusiasm for anything. The exceptions are Moe and Ferris. I wish he were this passionate about our experiments. Okay, so I'm going to check my mail. Can I reply to this? Nope, I can't reply to that. But I have an email from Ferris. You're more perceptive than I thought. So now you understand what's at stake. The Red Southern Cross will soon hatch. The time has come for Ferris to journey to the sanctuary and prepare for... I can say no more, yeah. Right? What's perceptive as a reply? Quit testing me with this mockery. Red Southern Cross. I want to play along with her. I think that's the fun. I think I want to do this one. I think this one's fun. This one's also really good. I don't want to do this one. I want to play along with Ferris. This one seems like it feeds into it the best, though. Okay. And now that we have that, we have a nice save point. No, can't. Wrong button. Wrong button. We're gonna save over 1. Yep. Alright. So it is 11 o'clock. And... I hit a nice ending point right on time. So I'm pretty pleased by that. It actually seemed to go places in this particular one, which is really nice. Several of the past 2 streams, really slow start. But yeah, that one actually seemed to start some stuff and set some more stuff in motion, and I really liked that. Blinking time. It's blinking time. It's actually kind of comfy blanky. Yeah. I don't know what I was gonna say. But yeah, thank you guys for coming to hang out with me in my apartment again on a Sunday night. It's always fun to do these with you. I will be back in normal time, Friday and Monday. I don't know why I started with Friday. But yeah. And I'll be playing Mass Effect 2. Yeah. So, that'll be fun. Hopefully. It'll actually be fun. And it won't just be like, oh, Cerberus is actually evil. Because they probably actually are. Oh, and I actually do have a control chip in my brain or whatever. I keep throwing out crazy, storyline ideas to Kittlefish, and they keep, biting their tongue, and, or straight out snorting, and, being like, no. I think what was the one that I got an actual no for? Obviously, Liara and Garrus got together while I was dead to have wild, hot sex because they missed me so much. Which I was just throwing out there because I was being silly, but her reaction was great. Also, I have Garrus. Garrus is great. Garrus has scars. I want to flirt with Garrus, but I don't want to piss Liara off. So I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. But yeah, that's what... I'll be up to more Mass Effect this week. And as I've mentioned, it's entirely possible that I might just pop up the stream someday and just be like, you know what? I'm gonna play something because I feel like playing something. So, keep an eye out for that. It may not. It may happen. It may not happen. I think they're called Gorilla Streams. I don't know. But yeah. Have a good night. I hope everyone enjoyed themselves. I'll see you next week for more Steins Gate. And I'll see you tomorrow for more Mass Effect if you decide that you want to hang out with that. Rest well, Stardusts.